A photo essay today. To make the tongues, I have got some kangaroo hide and split it down to half its normal thickness, down to 0.5 of a millimetre. I then cut the shapes that will become the top surface of the tongue, skive and roll the edges. Then using a thin bead of glue just around the perimeter, I bond them to the larger piece of kangaroo hide, which will become the underside of the tongue. I lightly damp the top side of the leather and using a fine creasing tool, put an embossed line around the perimeter. This is where the stitches will sit. Then flipping the whole lot over, I lightly damp the back piece of the leather and using a smooth bone, emboss down around the outer perimeter of what is the front piece. This gives me an edge on which I can run my calipers around to give me a stitching groove on the back of the tongue. Like so. I then make up 2 threads for sewing, one for each tongue. But before waxing, I dye them brown, as that will be the colour of the finished shoes. In sewing, the thread that has travelled through to the left-hand side, I pull forward, and the thread that has come through to the right-hand side, I pull backwards. This helps give each stitch a nice appearance. And my finished hand sewing came in at just over 1 millimetre per stitch, and around a millimetre away from the edge. And here it is after I've wet both the front and back pieces of leather and stretched it down over the last upon which I will be making the shoes. And just before it dries, I've taken a smooth bone and rubbed and burnished it all over. I then coloured it with brown leather dye and applied a warm coat of Saphir shoe polish. This I left for a couple of hours before buffing to a high shine. Here you can just see a reflection of my thumb. And my pinky finger, just for some scale. And now I have to carefully trim the lining to size. Thank you for watching.